It's only a movie. Only a movie.
Welcome back to Dread and Terror, where we claw at the shadows of horror's darkest secrets. Tonight, we're stalking a chilling fan theory that's been whispered around the campfires of Crystal Lake. Could Jason Voorhees, the hockey mask slasher, be a Deadite spawned from the Evil Dead's unholy Necronomicon and a mother's relentless love?
Jason was my son.
Horror fans trade tales of Michael Myers' clown mask being a silver shamrock prototype, Candyman being a Cenobite, and the Blair Witch Project being a secret murder plot, but this Jason Deadite link might bury them all. So grab your machete, because we're hacking through the evidence to see if this theory holds water. Let's dive in. For those new to the horror game, let's set the stage. Jason Voorhees is the unstoppable hockey mask killer of Crystal Lake. He drowned as a kid in 1957, or so we thought. After his mother's murderous rampage, Jason emerges from the lake as a creepy waterlogged boy to end the first film. And then as the hulking mass slasher we know and loved in the sequels. By Friday the 13th Part 6, he's a supernatural zombie revived by lightning and an unstoppable slasher. Now the Deadites are demonic minions from the Evil Dead series, unleashed when someone reads the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. They're fast, nearly unkillable, and love tormenting victims with twisted glee. At first glance, Jason's stoic slaughter and the Deadites' cackling chaos seem worlds apart, but stick with me, there's more to this than meets the eye. First, let's talk about resurrection. Jason is revived when lightning strikes his corpse in Part 6. He's back and stronger than ever. Deadites thrive on supernatural reanimation, often bending reality to return. And what about that iconic moment in the first Friday the 13th, where Jason appears as a kid in the lake, only to show up as a grown man in the sequels? Well, we've seen in the Evil Dead films, Deadites are capable of shapeshifting to taunt Ash. Could Jason's kid-to-adult switch be a Deadite trick? Then there's the superhuman strength. Jason tosses victims like ragdolls. He shrugs off bullets, explosions, and drownings. Deadites? They hurl people across cabins and keep coming, unless you dismember them with sacred rituals or tools. The parallels are eerie, and I'm kinda starting to convince myself. The comics certainly made their opinion clear. In the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash crossover, Freddy prowls Jason's mind and discovers the Necronomicon's power to resurrect the dead, conveniently located in the old Voorhees house. That's a big neon sign pointing to Miss Voorhees having had used the Necronomicon to resurrect her special boy.
He wasn't a very good swimmer.
But what about the movies? In Jason Goes to Hell, we see a demonic worm thing transfer Jason's essence between bodies. That's not your typical zombie shtick, that's straight up possession. Oh, and guess what else shows up in the film? The Necronomicon itself, sitting pretty in the Voorhees home. Jason's defeated by a magical dagger that looks suspiciously like the Kandarian dagger from The Evil Dead, a weapon built to banish evil. Director Adam Marcus even admitted he saw Jason as a Deadite, crafting a mythology to explain his immortality. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. Jason Goes to Hell is a divisive film, to put it mildly. Fans and critics slammed it, and during production, the Friday the 13th franchise was struggling. The studio gave the creative team free rein, but many purists dismissed the movie as non-canonical, arguing it strays too far from Jason's roots. With so many Friday fans trying to forget this entry, I'm hesitant to take the film's lore as gospel. There are some plot holes in the theory too. If Jason's a Deadite, why doesn't he taunt his victims with creepy one-liners like Deadites do? Damaged vocal cords shouldn't stop a demon that powerful. Oh, and how did Pamela Voorhees get her hands on the Necronomicon? Did she stumble across it at a creepy yard sale? Or trek to the infamous cabin? A mother's love is strong, but that's a stretch. If Jason isn't a Deadite though, what is he? He's more than just a pissed off zombie with a machete. So is Jason Voorhees a Deadite? The evidence is tantalizing. His resurrections, unkillable nature, and Jason's ability to seemingly fast travel to his victims would easily be explained by Deadite possession. The comics and Jason Goes to Hell practically confirm it, but the movies alone don't fully convince die-hard Friday the 13th fans, and those plot holes nag at the theory. Honestly, that's what makes horror so awesome. It's not just gore and jump scares, it's a playground for fans to weave complex connections between iconic franchises, making both of them scarier and richer. Whether Jason's a Deadite or not doesn't change how much we love him. I like to imagine Pamela Voorhees chanting from the Necronomicon, fueling Jason with rage and demonic power, but the franchise is perfectly fine without that backstory. It's like Alien and Predator. They are horror royalty on their own, but a shared universe is a fun bonus when we want it. So now I ask you, dear viewer, what do you think? Is Jason a Deadite or Camp Crystal Lake's angriest ghost? Drop your theories in the comments, I can't wait to read them. If you're loving these creepy deep dives, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next video. Give us a like if you're Team Deadite, or leave a comment if you're a Jason purist. Until then, make sure your flashlights have batteries, stay out of the woods, and always remember, we love you so much, it's scary.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason.